You're listening to the Jam Price Show, all about movies. And today, my guest is Lisa Brenner, who's the writer, producer, and star of One Big Happy Family. Welcome to the show, Lisa.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, this is just an adorable little film. And yeah, perfect for, again, I'm always about right now we need lots of things that are sort of light and fun
Yeah.
and yet there's a wonderful message in this cute little movie that you have. So our
Yeah.
listeners know what Big Happy Family is all about. Why don't you give us a nice synopsis? Uh,
Oh my goodness. So it is about a woman who wakes up on her 40th birthday after having done a DNA test and gets back her results and finds out she isn't who she is. And everything, her world shatters from there on. But yeah, it's about a lot of things, this movie. Every time I talk about it, it takes me in a different direction. It's about identity, it's about multiculturalism, it's about unity, it's about religion, it's about parentage, it's about family, the family that you have chosen and the family that you've been born into. So it's interesting. Everyone who watches it takes away something different, which I love.
yes, because there are lots of different messages in it. So exactly, I think everybody would get something a little bit different from it. Tell
Mhm.
us, because you wrote it and you're also the producer and the star. How did this whole idea, the concept for One Big Happy Family come about?
Well, it is based on my own true story. This actually happened to me. Around the time I was 40, I took a DNA test and my world completely shattered. In a good way, though, I guess. It's making lemonade out of lemons. You could choose to see different situations, whether it's negative, positive. I've run the gamut of every emotion, and I decided to make a comedy out of it because, like you said, I feel like we all just need to laugh and be uplifted and be happy at this time. So that's what I wanted to put out into the world.
Great. I'm so happy you decided to do it that way and not make it a drama.
Yeah.
Because it is fun and you've got such a great cast and we've definitely have to talk about Linda Lavin, Tony Award winning actress Linda Lavin, who many people know from Alice from many years ago and many other roles. This was her last film, is that correct?
It was. I'm so grateful that she was able to see it back in October. We had a little cast and crew screening in LA, and she passed away in December, and it was completely unexpected and out of the blue. But this was her last movie, and it's interesting because when I wrote it, I wrote this movie as a love letter to my mother
Mhm.
because I love my mother so much, who is my best friend in real life. We speak two, three times a day. Um,
Wow.
but now when we watch the movie, it's really a love letter to Linda. She's incredible in this movie. She is the star of the movie. The movie's dedicated to her. She's just incredible and wonderful. And yeah, I'm so grateful that I had this time with her.
Yes, yes. You're right. She is the glue that holds it together, but that's what mothers do anyhow. So
Yeah,
it's perfect. We hold everything
exactly.
together.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
how did you attract her to this role?
Well, when I was writing it, I was picturing her in it. A friend of mine, just by chance, was a hairstylist on one of the TV shows she was on, Be Positive on CBS. So as he would tell me about her, he just put her into my consciousness. And then when it came around time to casting, I wrote her a letter and I sent it to her. I'm sorry, I sent it to her agent, and she said yes. And the next day we had a Zoom, and the rest is history. And we became like real mother and daughter, not just the loving part of it, but like the arguing part of it. It was just
Oh,
amazing
really?
doing our laundry together in our hotel. And we had the best time together. She cracked me up more than anyone. in my life. Seriously. Like I ruined many, many takes because she made me laugh so hard. And she was like, Lisa, you gotta focus. I'm like, I can't. I'm gone. She's hilarious. You'll see, well, your viewers will see. When
Yes.
you see
Yeah.
her performance, she's incredible and funny.
She really is. She really
Yeah.
is incredibly funny in this film. You know, she truly is. And what a great honor to for you, I would think, to have her in this film and have it be her last film that she has made. Did she any signs of her being ill at all or
Not at all.
nothing?
Not at all. 2 weeks before my husband's company had a Christmas party, and she was there and drinking martinis and eating oysters and
Oh,
dancing and looked magnificent. I have pictures of us from that night. And a few days before she passed away, she texted me, I'm not feeling very great. She was going to have a little holiday party. So I thought she said, I'm not up for it. And knowing her, I thought she meant I'm not up for it, meaning, I don't feel like doing it, just because that's her. It's like,
yeah.
1 minute, we're having dinner plans. She's like, forget it. I don't feel like doing it. I'm like, okay. And that's what I thought she meant, but she really wasn't feeling well.
Mm,
And it was very sudden.
yes.
But I guess that's a good thing for her that she went so fast. It's not good for all the people around her who love her so much that it was just so shocking.
Right, right. There's, you know, when people go quickly, it is hard for everyone around, and that's what I always say that if you, and I hate to say it, but if you have cancer, at least there's a gift with cancer because you have a chance to say your goodbyes.
Yeah.
You get a chance to, see people and talk to people and, share stories or whatever, and it's different. But when my father died suddenly of a heart attack, so, and he was young, he was 56. So when that kind of thing happens, you don't have, any chance to, say, I love you or, how much you meant in my life and those kinds of things. So it's always hard when somebody goes that quickly. But what a great honor to have had her in your movie. And now does she live in New York? Is that where she lives, or is she
She
in
lives
LA?
in Los Angeles. She used to live in New York. She lived for about almost 20 years in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh wow.
Which it was so cool because we just had a premiere at the Wilmington Festival. So they honored her, and a lot of her friends who lived in town were able to come to that. She started a theater company there. She was born in Maine. What else do you want to know? I know her
Yeah.
whole life story.
Well, we won't talk about your movie, but that's interesting that she lived in Wilmington. Wilmington,
I
sort of
know.
an
She was
odd place for
like,
for
yeah.
a well-known actress to live. But people live in different places because they don't want to be in the hubbub of New York or LA. It's a whole different vibe there for people in the business, for sure. So yeah. So how long did it take you to? So this is somewhat autobiographical, right? You said.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of fiction in it. There's a lot of fiction, and I do say I'm joking at the beginning. I say based on a somewhat true story. It's based on a true story, but I do take a lot of liberties with it. But I wrote it during the pandemic. I think I started maybe 2021. So from then till now it's 2025. It's been a journey. I had a different director attached. I had a whole different group of investors attached, and then unfortunately, the main investor passed away of COVID
Oh dear.
during the worst part of the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
So then I had to pivot and figure it out, and we ended up limiting the budget. It's like we filmed this so inexpensively. We shot it in Utah, which
Oh,
it was so amazing. And I have filmed there before, so I used a lot of my same crew and my producers from there. So it really became like such a family because when you're filming something for so cheap, for such
Mhm.
little money, the time you spend together is so precious and you have to be so prepared, and everyone just kind of did it for the love of it. And I believe it shows in the movie. It's like
Mhm.
you get that feeling that everyone there just wants to be there. No one's there for a paycheck at all.
Mhm.
It just has it. We had the best time.
That makes it, so much better experience too when everybody's having a good
Gosh.
time. Where in Utah? Because I lived in Utah for 7 years.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
We shot in Provo, we
Okay.
shot in Salt Lake, and we stayed in Lehigh.
Hmm.
Which I just loved it. I guess wherever, like the human experience, wherever you can just settle down, you start feeling like it's your home.
Right.
Even though I was staying in the Staybridge Suites in Lehigh, it became my home, Linda's home. We just had such a great time. I had shot before in Provo also. What's so cool is, when you see the movie, it has a very big Jewish theme because I'm
Mhm.
Jewish. Um, but most of my cast and crew were Mormon. So it was just such an interesting conglomeration. Just that alone was so cool, and just the mutual respect of different religions and cultures, um, which I so appreciated in everyone involved.
And that's one of the themes in your movie.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But you didn't bring in anybody who's in the Mormon religion in this movie, but
No, I should have though. If I would have known, I would have written that.
yeah, many others, many
Yes.
others.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, you do. You bring in Muslim religion,
Hmm.
Jewish, I don't know, Catholic. I think you have
Yeah.
everything in there, and such an interesting cast that you have. Very interesting, fascinating, and your husband, hopefully the actor who plays your husband. So let's talk a little bit about the cast and how this all came together in that respect.
Well, in real life, my husband, Dean Devlin, he's half Filipino. So I made Dante Bosco, who's the incredible actor. He's Filipino in the movie. So even just our marriage in that, and we're a blended family. So that's like the core, the beginning, and dealing with the mom, how she feels about, marrying outside of your religion. And what I was trying to express with this movie is something really cool that happened to me. I realized I have so much, and I think we all do on some aspect, very limiting beliefs of who I am, what I've inherited. I'm like this because so and so's like this. I get this from my mother. I get this from my father. Oh, this is just how we are. And then when all of a sudden that's blown out of the water and you're like, wait a second, I could be anything. I don't know how I don't know half my medical history. All of these things that like suddenly I'm like, wow, I can be anything. And I think that it's such an interesting, it goes against racism, it goes against, being anti, other religions, because you could not only be that, but you can be related to that. Your half brothers and sisters could be of those religions or ethnicities or political beliefs as well. So that's what I was really trying to express, in the movie, because the multiculturalism of the movie is actually true. That's one of the truths of the movie, which when people see it, they're like, well, that can't be. I'm like, no, that's actually the that's actually the true part of it. I do have a Muslim half brother. I do have a Roman Catholic half brother, and I'm Jewish. It's so interesting, and it just shows how we are actually way more related than we realize, and
Yeah.
how much more connected we are than we realize. So that's my main goal with this movie. If I could like change one person's mind, or just uplift one person, I've done my job.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the beautiful message of this movie, is exactly that. You know, we really are all, we're all related. We all are just a human beings,
Yeah.
And if you do believe in some sort of, it doesn't necessarily be religion, but if you have some spiritual beliefs, that's basic part of any religion and spiritual belief is that we are all one. We're all children of Allah or God or whatever word we want to use, the universe, any word we can put in there. But it doesn't make any difference what you believe in. The reality is we are all one, and
Mhm.
that's the message that we do need to get out there, and that's what your film is doing. It's making that message clear, and the fact that it's also based on truth is really interesting. And then that's why we always have to continue to have this open dialogue, and talking about, the various things. And we are going to be different, we're not going to believe the same thing. That's what makes it all unique and the melting pot that we have.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, especially at this time of such division in our country and in the world. I just feel like I could have so made this a woe is me story because that's how I felt at first.
Mhm.
I'm like, I just don't feel like we need this at this point. I don't want that. So if I don't want that, I'm sure another person doesn't want it as well. I want to uplift. I want to laugh.
Yes,
Want to feel community and just have fun and turn my brain off for an hour and a half.
you've got it.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more. That's why
Mhm.
movies are so important, for that reason alone is to go and just, yeah, you're right, get away from the phones and, and just go. Although people still bring them into the movie theater.
I know. Oh my
You
gosh.
know, I walk in the morning and there's a man I walk and he's always got his head down on his phone. I'm going, what's the point of you walking if you're always on your phone? Go and enjoy nature. And we live in a beautiful place. Let's enjoy it, and your head's down on the phone. I don't even know how you walk with your head down.
I know you can trip.
Exactly.
Break a leg.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Now I'm worried about this guy.
Yeah, I know. I've seen every day. It's every day. It's like
Oh
every
my God.
day. But I thought about it more this morning, I think, and that's why I'm bringing it up. But that's the point. We are too connected to these phones that we have, and it's good to just I have to just sometimes I just go, okay, I'm just away from this. I'm not gonna keep look. I don't like to look at it that much. I just have to take a break, and it's good to read a book.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh. Yes, I agree. I know I am very much on my phone. And it's funny, there was one time I was with my mom. I had flown to New York to be with her, and I went to dinner with her and my brother and my cousin. And I saw my phone, and I'm like, I'm just going to put it away. I'm just going to put it, that's it. About 20 minutes into the dinner, I'm like, okay, I'm a mom, so being away from my phone for 20 minutes does make me a little nervous. I look at my phone and text after text after text. My dog had gotten out of the gate to our house, had fallen down a ravine. He wound up at someone else's house, and this guy's like, I have your dog. Um, so now I'm like, okay, I'm never putting my phone away because these are the things that happen. Thankfully, my dog was okay. Um,
Oh gosh, it is
yeah.
crazy. I have mine usually on vibration, and I'm big on fanny packs. I love my fanny pack. I hate
That's
having it burst, so it's right there next to me, so I can feel that vibration.
yeah,
And if it
that's
consistently goes, you go, okay, baby, maybe I better check that. Maybe I better see
yeah.
what's going on. But carrying a big bag, and it's buried deep inside, you don't really know if it's vibrating or not. And yeah, that's my little. Uh,
Idea. I think I'm gonna have to invest in a fanny
Tip
pack.
for the day. Oh, I've been bringing them back for years, and now they're popular again.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Everything's nice and neat in there. I don't have to dig. And
Perfect.
but back to the movie. So how long
Yes.
did? Because really, if you started writing it in 2021 during the
Yeah,
pandemic, and it's come out now in 2025, that's pretty fast, actually.
it's
I
really
talked to people
fast.
who have been working like years and years and years and years on
Yes.
their films, like 10, 15 years, and not giving up on getting their film made. So this was a very, in relatively a short period of time and getting an independent film made. How long did it take you to film it once you got
Well,
started?
I think I have to really check, but I'm pretty sure it was only 21 days. We
Okay.
shot it really short.
Well, that's not
Um,
too bad either.
yeah, yes.
I've talked to people who did it in 9 days, and I'm like, how do
Yeah.
you do a film in 9 days?
Yeah,
21,
that's
you know?
yeah, maybe like one tiny location. I don't know. But yeah, we have a ton of locations. We have a ton of actors. It was for a feature film. It's very, very short. But it's also doing things, having it go from, a script to screen has to do with my own, I call it my high functioning anxiety. Like I need things done yesterday. I don't know, maybe it's me being a New Yorker, but like
Ah, me
I'm
too.
very, very, yeah, very, very driven. Like when I set my head on something, it needs to be done. So it's definitely a testament to that because also I know this business, I've been in it since I'm a little girl. As soon as you get distracted, everything falls apart.
Hmm.
It's so easy for a project to fall apart, but if you just stay steadfast and we're doing it, we're doing it, we're doing it, got it done. Like each step of the way, it's like, okay, that part's done. Okay, we got our investors. Okay, we got this, we got this. And then it just comes this puzzle piece. And now we're in the final stretch
It's,
of putting it out there in the world.
it feels like you're giving birth, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And you've been in a number of film festivals. So how has the
Mhm.
response been to the film at the film festivals that you have
Oh
attended?
my gosh, it's been so amazing. It's so amazing. After each one, I'm like texting my husband, "Oh my God, it was so great." This really is a movie to be seen in the theaters with other people. That's one thing I have learned through this process. The laughter starts at the beginning. Then you hear the tears, then you hear the laughter. It's such a communal experience that I didn't realize until we had that October screening where Linda was there, and my husband and I looked at each other and we're like, whoa, just that feeling. As soon as you hear that first person laugh, then the next person laughs, and then it's like you're on this fun ride. I really thought from the beginning this was going to be like a streamer movie, just you watch on your computer. But as soon as I saw it in the theater and have seen it in all these theaters with all the festivals, it's always the same. And this one guy, I was in, where were we? I don't know. I've been in so many places, but an older man, I was standing in the doorway trying to seem inconspicuous, and he comes out and he's just bawling, crying. And he was like, "I'm sorry, I just need a moment." And he left and he came back and he's like, "Okay, I'm better now." But it's been such a sweet, amazing experience
Yeah.
sharing it with everyone in this way in the theaters across the country, having the same response. It's just been awesome. I hope once we release October 3rd in the AMC theaters, we get the same response. But all I know, it's been so incredible to experience that for me as the filmmaker, as the writer.
I agree with you. I've said it
Yeah.
over and over again from the beginning of the time I launched this show. I'm now in my 10th year. Hard to believe.
Oh,
I
love
have
it.
said the same thing over and over again. Movies need to be seen in the movie theater, and it does change the whole experience. I have, as you know, I'm sent screeners, so I watch it at home, and I do have a big screen, and so I have to watch it in order to do this interview. But then
Yeah.
I've gone sometimes to see the film in the movie theater afterwards.
Mm,
Totally different feel for it, and you're
yeah.
100% right. And I say that all the time too. It's movies need to be seen in the movie theater. We have to get back to the movie theaters.
Yeah,
We definitely do.
absolutely.
So, all right, I was going to ask where can people see it? So go ahead and tell us again, Lisa. You just said it, but let's give it.
Yes, it'll be nationwide in AMC theaters. There's select theaters, so if you go to onebighappyfamily.com, I'm sorry, onebighappyfamilymovie.com, there's a list of all the theaters. They're going to be releasing more next week, so if you don't see your city next week, there'll be more, or I'm not sure when this is airing, but
Going to air on the 4th of October.
okay, so all of them will have been
Yes,
released.
at that
And
point. And we'll put that in our social media when when we put it out there, we'll put that link in there so people can click on it and find out where to find One Big Happy Family. And take your family. Take your family. This is a good
yeah,
family film. You'll take,
it
everybody's
really
always
is.
looking for a good family film to take. And, you've got young children in this film. And so I think everybody would relate to this movie. You take your parents, take your children, and take your husband and wife. And it's a great family movie and it's fun and it's heartwarming. And you're right, it's touching. I did cry, and I laughed. And that's what movies are meant to do is to move us some way. So thank you so much, Lisa, for being on the show. And I wish you much success with One Big Happy Family.
Thank you so much, Jan.
Thank you. It was lovely having you on the show today.
Thank you.